Hello folks, so welcome to this week's episode edition, trying to figure out what it is, of Reflections with the Rocker. This one starts, there's going to be, like I said, the last one I was talking about was, you'll probably get a lot of more Team Extreme type stories this year, because this is the 30th anniversary. So of course this took place in 1996. The original vision of Team Extreme came about with Frank Air Paris and myself. We're sitting around doing whatever we're doing, and came up with the idea to actually start teaming. So it started out with Frank and myself, and then at the time, Frank was in a little faction with the Centerfolds, Kenny Arden, John Arden, and they had a manager named Phil Hefner. And so by the time we was getting close to the first match in July of 96, we decided to add Phil to the equation. He'd be managing us, and then by the time we got to the actual match, we had by the end of the match, Max Steel. It was by the time we got to the first match, the end of it was Frank and myself, Phil Hefner, and Max Steel. But this story, that's all going to be based around just the one person, Playboy Phil Hefner. So we 30-year history together. At some point, I think when we were, Frank and I were all the time getting our butts whooped, I was always hollering out for Dad for help. And the funny thing is Phil maybe looks a lot older than me. Sorry, it's my video. He's actually younger than me. So me to call him Dad was just like an inside joke. But it's something I've always done for almost near the past 30 years. And we don't always see eye to eye on business, personal stuff like that, but we do have this long going history stuff. I say he was with Frank and I a lot, on and off through the years. Phil was on the booking committee for North Georgia that actually turned into NAWA, which he still owns and runs to this very date. It was himself, the Brawler, and Dan Dees, myself were the booking community, so they made a lot of decision making. So a lot of behind the scenes action. Phil had a lot of hand in stuff and kind of grooming him over the years. We got a lot of crazy stuff. The Christmas Chaos in 1996 was the EZWA, us the bad guys, versus NGWA, winner takes all. And the good guy side was Danny D's running for NGWA. I want to say, yeah, my brother, Tommy Rich, and I think Joel Deaton against Lee Thomas, Phil, myself, and the Flame, a different Flame. Phil and Flame that night. Anyway. And somehow Tommy Rich got a hold of Phil Hefner and broke his nose and pretty much ripped all his clothes off him except for his whitey tidies, and that's what he was wearing. Thank God he had something on, and not like Kenny Arden. But I opened the gate and I just threw him out, and I said, "Get out of here," because I saw where it wasn't going to end up any better for him. So broken nose, no clothes hardly, get him out the door. So that's how we didn't make it through the first year, and that's where our stories goes. But over the years, Phil's always been good to me. He always gave me bookings when I wanted bookings. Always asked for my advice, inside and outside the ring. The day he got married with his current wife, he asked me to be his best man. The Atlanta Braves star Otis Nixon helped officiate the wedding, and my pops had just died a day before, and Phil came in now, and I said, "No," I needed to be there for you for your special day because you asked me to be there. But two, I needed a mental break, and so no questions asked, and we did that. Like I said, over the years he's always been good. When I was going through my retirement tour, 2017, Phil tried to make it special as possible. I was the first ever Rome Classic Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame induction. And he had Jack Lord doing my ceremonies, and secretly, he insisted on me being to start the show with my Hall of Fame induction. And what I didn't know until later on is he somehow conjured up Frank Air Paris to do the second part of my Hall of Fame induction. So he made it special. Always, and that's the way it feels. Always been with our relationship, is just try to do the best he can with what he's got, and always make it special. That run, for my retirement run, he had me win the belt and being managed by the Mouth of South, Jimmy Hart. Supposed to have me tagged with Scott Steiner, but Scott got injured, so I got tagged with Rick Steiner. And actually I got to do the famous pose where Rick's on all fours like a dog, and then I'm standing on top of him, trying to hold him back. Just small mark moments like that, and you know, it's supposed to have Booker T coming in, but due to contract agreement stuff, he had to cancel last minute. So, but you see, Phil has always been there, and sometimes I forget to say thank you. So this is not only a reflection video, but maybe show a little appreciation and love to Playboy Phil Hefner, and just say thanks, Dad, for always looking out for this old man here. And yeah, just a lot of memories, some things we can talk about, some people we can't. He hosted the final match, the final singles match between my brother and myself, the beatdown, which I think I've covered this before in a couple of videos. It's on YouTube. Let's put up Lawler versus Lawler, Rome Street Fight. We talked about this today. Phil went to pull my brother off of me because he's beating the crap out of me, had handcuffs, and Phil grabbed it and ripped my brother's pants open, and that was a little funny story by itself. You can actually see the ha-ha moment in the video too, like that stuff. But yeah, there's so much stuff that's got ruined in my mind. But I say Phil has always to give me a spot when I need a spot, and always made me feel special when I need special. Oh, and then you know, he did a lot of booking shows, ran some shows like that. Either I was booking or Frank's booking or whoever. But popped in one time, and because of Phil, I got to induct beautiful Bobby Eaton into the Rome Hall of Fame as well one night. So just random stuff that you know, you can't plan, but we gel together stuff. So like I said earlier, so Dad, thank you for all you've done for me, and hopefully our story's not over. Yeah, and I think April is mental health awareness. So this has nothing to do with the story, but it has to do with the shirt. If you're struggling out there, reach out to. There's so many people you can reach out to with social media. You know, if you don't feel like you got friends, we're here for you. Just stay another day. Yeah. You never know who it's going to affect. Don't be selfish. Reach out to someone. Till next time. God, I hope there is a next time. Peace, love. See you.